Hello, Homeschool Mamas. One of the things that we talked about this week was how to deal with doubt. And there's so many different ways to deal with doubt, but by far the biggest one, the one that is most often missed, is actually considering who are your influencers. Are you conscious about who your influences are? Because the people around you that have a word into your life or have a word into the opinions of education and what an education is anyway and how you should homeschool or if you should homeschool has a huge influence on how you are thinking about your homeschool. So this day's reading is about choosing your influencers, or first of all, acknowledging your influencers. We need to choose our influencers wisely. Our thoughts influence our actions and impact our life experience. Our thoughts influence how we make choices in life. It's not just our thoughts that affect us, of course. Those around us influence us too, and obviously influencing our thoughts. Therefore, we need to choose our influencers wisely. Every person influences us along with our life story. Imagine a theater stage. We are the main actor, all the world's a stage, Shakespeare says. Each person in our lives is a character in our life story. Our parents, our children, our partner, our friends, cousins, aunts, uncles, even the mail delivery person, the cafe barista, the grocer, the teachers, the employers, the co-workers, the authors of books, the coaches of sports, teams that we play on, the producers of television shows, the musicians to which we listen. These are all our influencers. The most significant influencers are the ones that we allow in our daily lives. Not necessarily the Instagram influencers or the YouTube influencers, but those two. Just the real people living right alongside us have the biggest influence. How about the encourager? The bear hugs of warmth after a long car trip to visit Grandma, a warm word from Grandpa on our wedding day, a parent's "I'm so proud of you," or a counselor's encouragement to apply effort in a struggling marriage. Some people pass in and out of our lives, but how the encourager makes us feel lasts forever. The teacher, the roommate who walked into the room with a warm smile and exuded confidence, or the mentor who suggested you didn't have to be afraid in a crowd full of strangers, just be the real you. The independent child that determined she would be happy with or without the approval of others. These are the teachers, without whiteboards and markers. How about the nurturer? The one that looked into your eyes and stroked your face when you were sad, that declared you were worthy of being loved and told you that you have value just because you were created. The one that always responds on the other end of an emergent text. The nurturer makes you feel connected, worthy, and valuable. The revolutionary, the one that speaks truth without fear, the one that spoke the truth you didn't want to hear, the one that spoke the truth in a room full of naysayers, the one that convinced and compelled you to practice the new truth. The revolutionary compels us towards truth. The mirror, the one that makes us see in the mirror something that we need to see in us, probably, sometimes, almost always our homeschooled kids. The mirror compels us to be honest about ourselves and practice new skills we would never have accepted if we didn't see it in their eyes first. Of course, there's also the villain, the one that knocked the happy out of us whenever she visited, the one that unnerved us with his abruptness, the one that commented on a post unkindly. The villain helps us see what we don't want to be or don't want to associate with. The co-travelers, like you, for me, as a homeschool mom, you're my co-traveler. Our stories are not the same, but we walk through life with similar stories. We have different scenarios, different characters, but similar themes. The co-travelers remind us we are not alone. When we are conscious of our influencers, we continue to grow and learn and find our way, our purpose, and our impact. Everyone plays a different role. Everyone influences us. Everyone infuses our thoughts with ideas that affect our actions and our experience of life. We must decide who will influence us, because what we choose to think determines how we act. How we respond determines how satisfied we are in life. For many mornings, for many years, as a homeschool mom in my circle time with my kids, we read this poem, which I did not know the author name until I had to publish my book, and the publisher required it. And it was by Lao Tzu, T-Z-U. It says, "Watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, for they become actions. Watch your actions, for they become habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. Watch your character, for it becomes your destiny." Our thoughts today will shape the way we will be living in the future, so we need to be conscious of our influencers. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the discussion that we've just had, if it's a useful tool for you to consider in your life, or if it's just like one of those, okay, that's interesting, next. I'd like to hear a little bit more. I'm coming up with different ideas for the Homeschool Mama Retreat, and want to really, one aspect of it is to really get the homeschool moms that attend the retreat to think about what is it that they really need. What will help them really show up in their homeschools in the way that they want to. So drop your comments here. And I hope you have a lovely weekend. I can see our skies are blue and the trees are green and the weeds are inviting me outside. So I hope you have a charmed weekend. We'll talk to you soon.